The following problems demonstrate how to complete a net income allocation for partners in a partnership. The first problem says Martin and Horton decided to form a partnership on July 1st, 2016. Horton invested $30,000 and Martin invested $50,000. For the first fiscal year ended June 30th, 2017, a net income of $62,000 was earned. Determine the amount of net income that Horton and Martin would receive in each of the following situations. In the first situation, it says that Horton and Martin do not have a partnership agreement stating how the net income should be split. So we have net income of $62,000, and the question is, how much does each partner get? Well, according to the law, since there is no partnership agreement stating how the income should be divided, the income must be divided equally. So each partner will get half. So Horton will get $31,000 and Martin will get $31,000, which totals the $62,000 in net income. In the next situation, each partner receives a 10% interest allowance on his initial investment. Horton receives a $20,000 salary allowance and Martin receives a $15,000 salary allowance. Any remaining net income is split in the ratio of 2 to 3 for Horton and Martin respectively. So the first thing we need to do is identify our net income amount that we're going to be dividing up, and that's $62,000. Next, we'll go back to the passage and divide the income as directed. The first sentence says that each partner receives a 10% interest allowance on his initial investment. So we will identify the interest allowance and then figure out how much each partner gets. Horton had invested $30,000 initially, so he gets 10% on his initial investment. That equals $3,000. Martin invested $50,000. He gets 10% of $50,000, so that's $5,000 for Martin, a total of $8,000. So far we've given out $8,000 in the net income. The next sentence says that Horton receives a $20,000 salary allowance and Martin receives a $15,000 salary allowance. So we'll enter the salary allowances. Horton gets $20,000 and then Martin receives $15,000 for a total of $35,000. So altogether we've given out $43,000 of the $62,000. That means that $19,000 remains to be given out. So any remaining net income is split in the ratio of 2:3. So the remaining income is $19,000. And so to figure out Horton's share, we're going to multiply the $19,000 remaining by 2/5. Altogether, there are 5 parts to be given away, and Horton receives 2 of those. So 19,000 times 2 divided by 5 equals 7,600. Likewise, Martin is getting 3 parts. So that's going to be 19,000 times 3 divided by 5 and that equals 11,400 for a total of 19,000. So now we want to make sure that the total that we've given out here is going to equal the total in net income. So 8,000 and 35,000 plus the 19,000 does equal 62,000. So we have correctly allocated the $62,000 in net income to each partner.